Mm. Oops. Okay. Looks like we've got it. Radio Man, good morning. Matthew Malanao. Matthew Malanao. Good morning. Happy Tuesday morning. Oh. Murray, good morning. Ronald Bowden, good day, good evening from Southeast Alabama. And Clyde Seaside, good morning. Paul in the Philippines. Old Dog, New Tricks. Good morning, friend. How are you? Yeah, the GMA thing was, just as I mentioned in my video, it turned out to be nothing. I was on there for about 3 seconds doing a zip line, and that was about it. It was on and on so fast, I don't think anybody even noticed the credit to my channel. So we didn't make it through the editing room, Clyde. They had given me, GMA had contacted us and said they wanted to use 4 of our videos on their Sunday evening show. And I guess we didn't get it past the editing room. But I was on there for 3 seconds, so I guess that was pretty cool. Can you teach an old dog new tricks? Well, I don't know. I don't think that would be so easy. Of course, that's only my experience. I think the old dog accepting new tricks might be more appropriate for the Philippines. When you come here, you become a resident of the Philippines, accepting. Old dog in acceptance, maybe. James Lonergan, good morning. How are you, sir? Yeah, he sure is. Paul is learning a lot in Dumaguete. Very true. Hey, Paul, do you want to, Paul, if you're watching on a laptop or a PC, if you want to try to come on, let me know. I can try to bring you on to the panel. Very easy to do if you want to. James is packing his 3rd and last ballot buy-in box up. You might want to consider sending 4, James. That's the mistake I made. I sent 4, and I wish I'd sent 6. You know. Okay, Paul. What I'm going to do is put a link up. You click that link, and what's going to happen? You're going to have 2 windows open. You're going to have a StreamYard window and your YouTube. So once I bring you onto the panel, you got to make sure to mute the YouTube, okay? Or else it'll be a really bad echo. Other than that, we'll see if it works. Again, once you come on, again, you're going to have 2 windows, StreamYard and YouTube. So just mute your YouTube, the audio on your YouTube once you come on. And then it should work out just fine. Let's give it a try, huh? Wait a second. Jim Schultz, good morning. Racer X, good morning. Ronald Bolden, good morning. 2 Beers, good morning. Philly Bryan, good morning. There is your link, Jim. If you want to, sorry, Paul. I'm looking at James. Philly Bryan, hey, buddy. This. You don't really need to worry about muting that YouTube, Paul, until I bring you on, okay? So. We're going to try and get him on. Very interesting guy. I call Paul the king of the talking head video. Okay, I see you there. Okay. Here we go.
What's up, man?
There you go. Okay, I see you there. Okay. Here we go. Now would be the time for you to mute your YouTube, Paul.
So what?
What's up, man? There you go. Okay, I see you there. Okay. Here we go. Now would be the time for you to mute your YouTube, Paul.
So what?
What's up, man? There you go. Okay, I see you there. Okay. Okay, how's that now?
It's all good. Can you see me all right?
Well, you're cutting your. I can see you from the chin down.
Okay. So let me do this.
There you are.
There we are.
Finally, we get you on. How you doing?
Well, you know what? I've been streaming sometimes with my buddy. Let me move this over. I don't know how to do this. All right, it doesn't matter. I've been streaming with Gio. So I've been going on live chats with him.
So you've had a bit of practice.
A little bit. Yeah, me and computers don't get along real well.
What's that now?
Me and computers don't get along real well.
Oh, okay. Well, practice makes perfect, Paul.
Amen, brother. Whoops. Let me move this back.
Darren's Travels, good morning. Welcome to the chat. Thanks for coming in. Did you go into hiding during the school reunion? Clyde Seaside. Here we go. You look mighty white on the left side. All right, that looks pretty good.
Better?
Looks pretty good, yeah.
All right. My YouTube chicken.
Your YouTube chicken. Seems like everybody that's in the room now knows Paul. Most of them. I have not posted any videos in forever, so I decided I would give it a try. The video got hit with 3 copyright strike. Yeah. Yeah. What's irritating sometimes about YouTube is even when it's videoke in your video, you still get a copyright strike on it. And obviously that's not copyrighted music. If it's videoke.
I'm still trying to get monetized.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I get parameters back in November, and they said it takes about 30 days, right? So I waited my 30 days. I waited till the end of December. And in January, I heard nothing. February, I heard nothing. And you send them a comment or a question, and they don't reply. So I started to Google it, trying to figure out what the hell was going on. And finally, one YouTuber that had suggestions said, go on Twitter. And so I don't even use Twitter. So I joined Twitter, did all that malarkey. And I sent them out a tweet, and they got right back to me. And they said, yeah, we looked at your channel, and we don't really like it.
You're kidding.
It's under further review. And then they gave me a canned response, and they said, you should make more of your channel public. And I just politely wrote them back, it's all public. And I've got, you're supposed to hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to qualify for monetization.
Right.
And I promised Baby May, my girlfriend, that when we hit monetization, all the money goes to her for her bikini fund. And to buy beer for my chicken. Okay. So where all my YouTube money's, going to be going to, all the $100 that you make or whatever it is. Anyway, I wrote them back and I said, I got 5,000 subscribers and I got over 3 million minutes and 57 videos. And they're all public. So what's the deal? So I think my YouTube channel, my opinion is it was reviewed by feminists.
Now that's funny.
As I constantly bash white women in America. We're not going to pay this prick.
You may have just got some female manager over there who didn't like somebody. That's pretty good, man. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm surprised because you just absolutely kill the views. I mean, you get considering you're doing talking head videos, you get 10 times the views that I do.
Well, I don't know, bro. It's just I started the whole thing just as a video diary for me and my family. And Mike Kaysen, that has what's it called, My Philippine Journey or something like that. He picked up on that first video I did and put it on his channel to ask me if he could use it, and it got 5,000 views. And then a guy named Monte Crew, who's a friend of mine, he's got a little channel. He says, you need to start a YouTube channel. I said, I don't want to jack around with a YouTube channel. And he said, no, man. He says, you will leave a legacy of your life for your kids and your grandkids and your great-grandkids. And that hit home with me. And I said, yeah, okay. So he was kind enough, because I don't know nothing about computers. And it's my senior citizen privilege to say that, by the way.
Yeah, why not?
So he set the whole thing up, spent a day here with me. He was doing my thumbnails up until a month ago because he got busy working in America. And So I've just been cranking out videos. So whenever I have a thought or I meet somebody interesting, I just put my camera up and we chit chat for a little bit. Or, I just think about something that I think might be useful to anybody out there. And for some reason, YouTube has a problem with me.
Huh. I'm really surprised.
So I was going to start a Twitter campaign, but I don't know how to do that.
Really surprised. Let's see, where are we at here? It's the sunlight. Do both of you have pensions and health care coverage there? Looking at moving there and one-time costs of health care, etc. Okay. Oh,
I have Social Security, and that's it. Nothing else. So health care, I have Medicare. And in fact, I just turned 65 this month. So the Plan B part of that has been kicked in and Medicare is kicked in. So my theory is if I get really ill, I would just go back to the States or Guam or Hawaii or whatever and use that. One good thing to have over here, which I haven't done yet, but I'm going to do, is go ahead and sign up for PhilHealth. And the benefit behind PhilHealth, the benefits got really cut about 3 years ago for foreigners. It used to be when you got PhilHealth, you had the same coverage as a local. And I think it was in June of 16 that they changed that. But the benefit of a PhilHealth card in your pocket is it will get you admitted immediately if you're in the proverbial scooter accident. You know what I'm saying? And because I know a guy that laid in the hallway for like 2 days with a broken friggin' leg. And just because he lost his phone, he couldn't call anybody. Nobody would call anybody for him. And eventually somebody figured out that he was in a hospital somewhere, went down and gave him some money. But yeah, I mean, that's just, that's the scary part.
Well, apparently the laws have changed and they're no longer allowed to do that. Now, it doesn't mean they're not going to do it, but I saw something that said it's now illegal for them to not admit you. If you're in such an accident or you have an emergency, it's illegal now for them not to admit you. But you know how that goes here, in enforcement. Yeah,
I do. It depends on who's behind the counter at the time. So,
how
many times have you been to the store and you said, "Do you have, this?" And the guy looks at you and says, "No." And then you look over to your left and there it is.
Yeah.
So the sage advice I think for guys coming over here, if it's coming to healthcare, is go ahead and get the PhilHealth card, or just have a credit card or emergency stash of money or something like that on you. It's a hard question to answer,
Yeah.
But as far as health, now there's also some travel insurance that you can buy that I got to look into. So maybe I'll do a video about that when I figure it out.
Well, do you know Tom and Ruth?
I'm sorry?
Do you know the Tom and Ruth channel?
Yes.
He also has a couple of different private insurance plans that he recommends that are fairly inexpensive.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. I would have to contact him on that. But he sent me. Somebody says there's an echo in the room. I don't hear it now. He sent me a link at one time, and it's something where a bunch of expats have gotten together and built some type of an insurance plan, and they all invested it together. So I don't know. I haven't looked at it though because I'm on just my pension starts in a couple of months here. I've been living on savings for the last couple of years.
No kidding.
But I've got PhilHealth. I'm signed up for PhilHealth myself here. The the same reason that you spoke of, because it's going to get me into the hospital, you know.
Yeah, interesting deals. My friend Joe got in, hit a dog, and broke his leg, and went into the deal. And he had signed up for PhilHealth maybe 2 or 3 weeks prior to this accident happening. And it says there's a 90-day waiting period before you can enforce it, which is understandable. You know, you don't just find out you're sick and then buy insurance, blah, blah, blah. But long story short, he was in the hospital. I think it came to, let's just call it 10,000 pesos. And he told his girlfriend to fill out the paperwork. She filled out the paperwork. And even though he wasn't in the qualifying time frame, in other words, it hadn't been 90 days, they gave him a check for the full bill.
Oh.
So it just goes to show here that it's any government deal. The left hand doesn't know what the right hand is doing. You know?
Right.
So people just want to get stuff off their desk, and they see a form come through and everything filled out properly. If you fill in all the little boxes and check everything off and make your photocopies, there's a chance that you'd get your money back. But he did have to pay up front. Like I said, it was a couple $300 or whatever it was.
Well, no, they told us we had to make 9 months worth of premiums before we'd be able to use the PhilHealth.
Yeah.
9 months. I did hear Paul, you want to check your YouTube to make sure the audio's muted?
Yeah, I actually turned it off.
Okay.
I actually exited out of YouTube.
Okay. So it says, how do you deal with the visa issues? There are no visa issues here, Carl. You come over on your passport and you renew every 30 days. You've got various options. If you're married to a Filipino, you can go for a 13A. If you're not married to a Filipino, if you've got prior military, you can go for an SRRV visa. There's a couple of different options there. There's a really good channel called Pirate Cove Philippines, and he's in the room right now. His name's Walter. And if you go to Walter's channel, Pirate Cove Philippines, you'll see quite a few different videos on visas, various different visas, how to apply for those visas, step by step, okay? Pirate Cove Philippines. Makoto Asibe, good morning. John Boone Bean, good morning. Shit, I'm lost. Where am I at? Darren's Travels is asking, is StreamYard hard to do? No, it's not hard to do at all. It's very easy. Radio Man. Let's see what else we got here. James Lonergan is asking, are you on a phone call or are you on a PC right now?
PC.
Okay, he's on a PC. I'm not hearing the echo now, but I do hear it occasionally, so I don't know where that's coming from. Radio Man says, I plan on going to the VA in Manila as a disabled Navy vet. Well, that's a nice option to have. Robert M., good morning. What did I miss? I was reading some stuff earlier that Duterte wants to cut away from the U.S. Phil military pact, whatever that is. And some people are saying that the audio is good. Okay, so Paul, let's see if I can do even half as good a job as you do as an interviewer. I've often called you the Phil Donahue of the Philippines. You remember that guy? Do you remember Phil Donahue?
Phil Donahue. I've been called Jerry Springer. I've been called what else? Johnny Carson. I don't know.
Actually, you do look a lot more like Jerry Springer, actually.
That's what everybody tells me.
Yeah, and his show's much more fun to watch, Jerry Springer.
Oh, yeah. More fun than my show.
A few questions that I have for you, because I haven't watched all your videos. Okay. How long have you been here, and what brought you to the Philippines?
What?
You haven't either. Number one, how long have you been here? Number two, what brought you to the Philippines?
Okay. I've been here, let's see, almost 3 years. So we'll call it 2 years, 8 months, something like that. And what brought me to the Philippines was actually a trip that I made in 2005 to Thailand. And I was doing really good in America. Everything was just hunky dory. The economy was roaring. The income was roaring. A buddy of mine was over in Phuket, and I had an opportunity to bail out for a month. And so I went over there. I went to Thailand. And when I went over there, it was an actual life-changing event for me. I was never the same person after I come home from Thailand. And it wasn't all about the girls, and it wasn't all about the this and the that and the other. It was an actual physiological change that took place in my thinking and in the way that I felt and the way that I viewed the world. So I think that one of the most beneficial things young people can do is to travel and get outside of your zone. Go see how the other half lives. Yeah. Something like 80% of the world's population goes to bed hungry, and we don't realize that as spoiled Americans or Australians or New Zealanders. And so I went over there and I saw people going to bed hungry, and I also saw the way that they dealt with adversity, and I also found just their general demeanor and how little anger there was in their faces, how much they smiled, and how much pleasure they took out of every day. And when I got home, it was like, I've got to go do that. I've got to get back to that. And it never left me. And so I was changed by that one trip for 1 month back in 2005. And so I made some other trips in between, went there and lived for a year, and in 2009 to 2010. And then I came back and worked until I was able to retire. And the day I was able to pull the trigger and collect some money and have a steady income stream, I knew that was the key to living overseas, was an income stream. And right. So once that was established, I did my research. I was bound and determined I was going to go back to Thailand. But the visa requirements and the language barrier and all that made me look for other options. So I figured, what the hell? I'll try the Philippines. They speak English. And I watched a lot of Rike videos and Ned videos and this guy's videos and that guy's videos. And it all seemed to make sense. So, and I told myself, if I get over there and I don't like it, I'll try it for 6 months. I'll go home. They can go back. It didn't work. Oh, well, next. Or if I don't like the Philippines, I'll go to Thailand. Give that a try. Or Vietnam. Or, as I said, just go back home. What the hell? Go back to work and say you did it and it didn't work and the beat goes on. Right. But it did. So that's how I got here, or why I'm here.
Very nice. Very nice. That's pretty much the same thing that happened to me. I took it in 2007. I spent 30 days backpacking through Thailand and Vietnam.
Uh-huh.
And, at that point, I had the bug and realized I'm definitely going to do this.
Yeah.
I was with a company that provides me a pension at the age of 55, and I said, "That's it. I'm going to work to 55, and I'm going to go over there." Wow. Because I can live over there on that reduced pension. Let's see what some of these people are saying here. Paul's nose is no comparison to Jerry Springer. Hello from Korea, land of kimchi and masks. Left out loud. Good morning. Expat Memo. Good morning. Okay. Kabalin Betty. Good morning. How are you? Welcome to the chat this morning. Two Beers has mentioned something about a visa that's better than 13A. I don't know if he is going to share that information. Well, yeah, the Balikbayan. I'm actually on my second Balikbayan visa right now. We've left the country twice since I've been here. came back in, and that is a very good option. Yeah, you get a year for free. It's hard to beat that. But eventually, and I don't think the ballot buy-in is going to go away. They might eventually do what Vietnam is doing and require a arrival, like a visa on arrival here. But imagine how long it's going to take the Philippines to get that going. You know, they can barely handle the load they've got coming in. Imagine them changing. And a lot of people don't think about that here in the Philippines. You know, they're not just going to snap their finger and then overnight you need visa. Can you imagine? They would have plans
for the passport. They ran out of the little stamps.
Yeah. They would have planes circling in AIA till they ran out of gas if they did that. They'd never even be able to land. The backlog would be so incredibly large. I mean, it could probably take 5-10 years for them to get that going, even if it passed in the Senate. I'm good. Okay, Paul, have you tried anywhere other than Dumaguete, or has Dumaguete been your home since you came to the Philippines?
Yeah, Dumaguete's been it. I've bugged around. I've gone to some outlying islands like Siquijor, gone over there. I came to a real, and then I've been to Manila, God forbid. I've been to Cebu, mostly on just visa runs, exit clearance things, in the Manila airport only. Oh, I went to Angeles for a weekend, and I did that about a year and a half, 2 years ago. What I noticed about the Philippines is that nothing really changes from town to town. I mean, from province to, it just doesn't change. The architecture stays the same. The people much pretty stay the same. The prices stay the same. The food stays the same. Granted, if you go to Manila or if you go to Cebu, you can get some, Burger King or something that you can't find here.
Yeah.
To me, a waterfall's a waterfall, and I've been to 5 or 6. I don't need to go anymore. A beach is a beach, but I didn't find any striking differences from the places that I went to. And granted, I didn't go to I haven't been around like Gio's gone from this place to that place, but bottom line was I just didn't have a great urge to go because there was just not enough of a change. It's not like, in America, if you go from from Southern California to New York and all points in between, you're going to have a change in you're going to have a change in the environment. You're going to have a change in the weather. You're going to have a change in the food choices. You're going to go to, Southern fried chicken, and then you're going to go to New York and have a hot pastrami sandwich, or you're going to go to New England and you're going to have some clam chowder, and you're going to get a great burger, and blah 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 blah. And I didn't want that to happen in the Philippines. I mean, I go to a food stall here, and I've got my 8 choices of stuff sitting in little silver trays. And then when I went to Siquijor, I had the same lady sitting there with the same silver trays. Yeah. And so I didn't see any variance. And so other than some kind of super duper attraction, I had no real desire to bug out. And Dumaguete is a good jumping point because it's got a ferry, it's got a good bus system, it's got an airport. So, if I need to escape, I got 3 routes out.
Very good comment. Yeah. And I'm sure that.
I mean, do you see any big difference between, where you're at and Dumaguete or whatever? I mean, it's whether they have a mall or they don't have a mall. Some places, where was I? Biowan or something like that. They've got a boardwalk, but again, the people stayed the same, the attitude stayed the same, the architecture stayed the same, the food stayed the same. So why run around? I know that guys will go to other parts of the Philippines primarily is driven to meet somebody. They've met someone online or whatever. and they'll go there to hook up with her or meet her family, or you know.
Clint S. is asking, you brought Clint, if you're just coming here for a vacation, they have $1,500 US cash. Make sure they're nice, crispy $100 bills, nothing older than 2007. Clyde Seaside, it's often called a Balac buy-in visa, but it's not really a visa. It's just a privilege stamp. That's correct. Paul's Groundhog Day video was the one that sealed the deal for me. Groundhog Day. Yeah, ATM machines do work fine in the big cities, and for a short visit, it's not the worst way to go. You know, just using your ATM card. But you got to remember, if you're going to be, even if you're like somewhere like in El Nido in Palawan, you're going to have, there's a chance that the ATM machines are going to run out of money, and you could be stuck for a couple of days.
Yeah,
it's happened to quite a few vloggers. Do you ever worry about financial and civil unrest there in the Philippines? What would your plan of action be? Oh, any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I've thought about that. In fact, I did a video about that. That's one reason why I took a trip every year. I went to Vietnam, and I wanted to tap around there and see what it was like. So, having done that, I now am used to Vietnam. The year prior to that, I went to Bali, Indonesia. So I'm familiar with Indonesia. So neighboring countries, you know, anywhere that you go, there could be civil unrest. There could be a meltdown of the economy. There could be, a natural disaster like the volcano or an earthquake, or there could be just something that devastates your region, your area, your home. You got to get the hell out of Dodge. So my thought on that is that you should have a couple of things. You should have some cash laying around the house, not in the bank, not here or not there. It should be in the house, stuck in the cookie jar somewhere, so that you've got that on hand. And you should have an idea as to where to go. So that's why I know that if I go back to Vietnam, I know what to expect. I know I can hang there for a while. If I went back to Indonesia, I know what to expect, and I know I can hang there for a while until things settle down here. So yeah, that's a good thought. The answer in my finite little mind is you need a plan B and a plan C, and you need some cash.
Yeah, we were in, my wife and I were in Vietnam back in May for my birthday. My Balac buy-in visa run comes up every May. So, and then I just realized I can actually extend that Balac buy-in visa for 2,000 pesos for 6 months. So that makes that option even better, because you're actually going to get, if you do a Balac buy-in visa, if you're married and you come back in with your wife, you're going to get 18 months for 2,000 pesos. Now that's one hell of a deal.
Yeah. Hey, Bubba, I got an appointment at 10, so I'm going to have to bail out of your chat here. But I want to thank you for allowing me to join in. And if you want, let's do it again next Tuesday. I'll jump in if you want to.
I'm here every Tuesday at 9, buddy. You're always welcome.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
Okay, great seeing you. There you go, guys. That was Paul, Old Dog New Tricks. A very, very fast-growing YouTube channel. I mean, he went from, when I first found Paul, he had, I think, 500 or 600 subs. And he went from 500 or 600 subs to 5,000 in maybe just a couple of months, 2 or 3 months. And he just kills the views. I mean, like I said, he gets 10 times the views that I do. And I'm out trying to walk around and show you guys what it's like to live here. And he's just a really fun guy. check him out. Subscribe to his channel if you haven't already. He's got a lot of great things to say. He's been here just a little bit longer than me, 6 months longer than I have. And as you can see, the guy's just super funny. Hold on just a second, you guys, okay? I'll be right back. Sorry about this. What do we got? 40 minutes and 56 people. Hang on there. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Where am I at? Okay, they were talking about yeah, legally you can bring which I did this now when I moved here to the Philippines. I brought 10,000 USD. I had it in a backpack. But, you know, you got to remember that, and I was never inspected by anybody. I could have had 20,000 in there. And I'm not telling you to bring 20,000, but in every trip I've ever been to the Philippines, no one's ever looked in my backpack. No one's ever asked me, you know, at customs to declare anything or let's see. Yeah, I've been talking to Paul now for a little over a month. I've left him messages here and there, asking him if he wants to come on because I thought he'd be an interesting person to interview here on Philo in the Philippines. Yeah, Jim, I brought the 10K just to make my first 2 or 3 months here a little bit easier. You know, Melanie and I had some expenses that we needed to take care of here with the house and all. So I had the money on me and ready to go. Yeah, if you're visiting, just bring. I used to always bring 1,500 cash when I was a visitor, and I normally spent about 2 weeks here every time I came. Interview the cute Filipinas equals more views. I haven't seen much of Baby May, but I know that she's been on a few of his videos. Pound the like button. Okay. Note to all the guys who want to find the Philippine apologist himself and meets very many good-looking women. Yeah, there must be, you know, something very different about Dumaguete, that area. The women there in that area must be a lot more outgoing, say, than they are here where I live. I had made a comment on one of Gio's videos explaining what it's like living here where I'm at and how, you know, in my experience, and now you guys all know that I'm married, so that's not what I'm looking for, but I've been out and about on my own many, many times, and you don't get any attention from any of the women here. They're very, very shy. They're very reserved. There's never been, and I explained that on one of Gio's videos, and he replied with, "You are absolutely wrong about that." And I went, okay, well, I just replied back to him that it must be different in Dumaguete than it is where I live. Ouzelfinch. When I went through Manila, or James says, the only thing I get taken is a lighter. Yeah. Edward Crandall, good morning. How are you, sir? Ada Myers, good morning. How are you? Where are we at here? Anthony Keller. I think it's Paul's hair. It's hard to compete when you're bald like me. Well, you know what? That might be. It's hard to beat cash if you run into ATM there. Well, you could always send yourself money through Western Union. Send it to yourself, and then you just go to the Western Union and pick it up. If you're concerned about carrying cash, or what was I going to say? You could have, like, say, $500 cash on you, and then send yourself money through Western Union. So, I mean, when I was a visitor here to the Philippines, I took care of the flight and the hotels, all the hotels during the stay with a visa well ahead of time. I had those booked, so I didn't have to worry about paying for those. So the cash I had in my pocket was just for Melanie and I to, go have some dinner. Or Makoto, I've traveled to the Phils 8 times, and I've only got inspected inspected once. Yeah, me too. And I've actually never been inspected at NAIA. I had somebody kind of stick a drumstick in my backpack at Clark once, but that was about it. I don't know, what he was. It basically wasn't even an inspection. Sorry, this thing jumped. I got behind. Did I say hello to Edward Crandall? I think I did. Boss Jim is asking, do you and Philly in the Philippines know each other? Yes, I know Brian very well. Brian and I have vlogged together, I don't know, 2 or 3 times. We were just at his house for his birthday party back in July. Or was that August? Yes, we know Philly Brian very well, and Let. Clint S. is asking, can I have a family member here in the States MoneyGram me money there in the Philippines? Yes, you can. You can also MoneyGram or Zoom or Western Union yourself money before you leave. You can send yourself money before you leave the U.S. There's, many options. I've used Western Union to get my money since I've been here. A lot of people say, oh, they're so expensive. But what you don't realize is if you stay with one money transfer company for long enough, and I've been with Western Union for about 6 years, you become like a super gold platinum member and you get everything cheap, super cheap. You also build up points, so you can use those points to transfer money. Some of my transfers are free. I don't pay a single dime for them. So that's what a lot of people don't realize. If you go with somebody and stick with them, it's the same thing with a travel agent like Expedia or Agoda. The longer you stay with them and use their service, the better you're going to get certain little perks there that you wouldn't get. After moving there, probably send cash through. Yeah, James, I use, yeah. And actually, I received mail here from Bank of America. Bank of America is my bank in the USA. I get regular mail here from them, you know, just like I'm still living in the US. So, gee, where am I at? Murray. Okay, Murray, there we go. Murray's come in with more than 10,000. Two beers. Yeah, I was there. I saw Tropical 10. That's somebody else I'm interested in having on. He seems like a really good guy. And he's living in Tondo. My God, could you imagine living in Tondo? I think it's strange living here where I live in northern Manila, but Tondo, wow. I mean, that's the real Philippines, baby. Robert M., your wife. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Wow, what happened? My internet must be. My internet must be. In traveling around the world for 20 years for business, I was asked if I had more than 10K once at JFK. Robert M. says, I can't get the Balaban visa now. My wife is a U.S. citizen. Oh, she doesn't have her passport anymore. Ramel, good morning. Ramel, yeah, you guys, I'm really far behind. Sorry. Uh, Another week passes. Time really flies. That's right. Ada Meyer says came to visit the Philippines is $10,000. Iron Helm says I've had a hard time sending myself money because the IP address shows up in the Philippines. Okay, yeah, you want to establish your account in the U.S. before you come here, before you move. That's really important. That way it looks like the money's coming from a U.S. account. Actually, you would think I would have that problem too, because I log on to Western Union from here in the Philippines and I send myself money, but the account is established in the U.S. Yeah, Ramel, you're right. It's the 11th of February. Yeah. If you have a Globe SIM, you can sign up for a Gcash account. Download the Gcash app and remit cash to your own. Ah, that's interesting to know. That sounds a lot kind of like PayMaya, the PayMaya app. Randy Canoy, hello. Everything spins in Canada. It's cold. Wait, you could live. Okay. There's been nonstop bad news. Yeah. Gary T, welcome. Sorry, I just saw that. Gary T from San Francisco, welcome. We had Paul Old Dog New Tricks on for the first, I don't know, 40 minutes or so there. Pretty good guy, pretty entertaining. You could live for a long time on 10K unless you blow it. Yeah, you actually could. Um, you actually could live a long time, especially a single guy with no other commitments. Also, let's see. Rommel has 3 banks: East, West, BDO, and BPI. PayPal, PayMaya, and Apple Pay. We use PayMaya, but we really just use it for loads, to send load, because load is cheaper on PayMaya. Making sure that Matt Hammer, good morning. The 2019 coronavirus could really put a dent economy-wise, especially if the business one is operating focuses on international customers. Our life in the Philippines. Mr. I don't know if I pronounce your name correctly, but I think it's Keels. Good morning. I saw your trip down to with Philly Brian. The name of the city is escaping me for some reason. I know you guys were in Bataan. Shell is the pronouncement. Okay. Boy, did I screw that up. Is anyone going to be able to go back to Taal Island? There were quite a few houses there before the eruption. Good question, Anthony. Okay. Rommel, the GMA thing was a bust. I did make an appearance on GMA, but it was about 3 seconds. And it was so short that even the courtesy of, I don't think anybody even saw it. So it was a bust. Just as I said in the video, it was either going to be something really good or it was going to be nothing at all. We weren't really sure. And it turned out that it was going to be nothing at all. It turned out it was nothing at all. But it was exciting just the same, thinking that we were going to get a little bit of a boost there. And Gary T says, if you are from the U.S. and receive retirement benefits, doesn't Uncle Sam tax that? And if so, how do you file your taxes from the Philippines? Most people use TurboTax here. I filed last year using TurboTax. John and Maria in Mindanao, good morning. How are you? Yeah, you know, Rommel, I think what those guys do is they find, in my case, they had 4 videos on the channel that they saw footage from that they would want to use. And of course, they had to get permissions. They go through the week getting those permissions from each vlogger. And then it goes to the editor. And then the editor decides what's actually going to be on the show or make the cut for the show. So we just didn't make the cut. Jeff Spicoli, good morning. Yeah. Okay. Brian Bye, good morning. Think of it this way, the lake is filling back up. Yeah, the only part that made it on GMA was about 3 seconds of me doing a zip line in Eco Park. So, and that was very close to the very beginning of the show. That was like 2 minutes into the show. So after we saw that, we thought, hey, we made it in the first 2 minutes, and it's a 45-minute show. So we were thinking that we were certainly going to make it again in another part of the program. But I believe if you draw Social Security from US, if it's under a certain amount, you don't need to file. Check it for yourself. I'm not sure. Ronald Bowden, I believe that to be true as well. If you make under a certain amount of money, you don't have to file income tax, but you'll get other sides of that too. People that say you have to file no matter how much you make. I don't believe that to be true. Yeah, Marvin the Martian. Darren's Travels giving a shout out to everyone in the chat room. Darren just did a video where he rode a motorcycle, Harley Davidson Sportster, from Southern California, San Diego, to somewhere in Illinois, I think. I'll tell you what, Darren, you picked a cold time of year to go, buddy. Solicitor General Khalida filing that quo warranto on the franchise of ABS-CBN. Huh. Here in Canada, you have to file until you die, even if you don't earn money. Oh, it tells you that on your W-2 that SS sends out. I see. When you file, it is your adjusted gross. Half your SSI plus any earned. What the hell happened to that? Any earned income. Okay. At the end of the year, even if you don't. It didn't get cold till New Mexico. Well, that was a long way. I found that interesting, those heating pads that you had. What is that? Some type of a chemical reaction that reacts to the body heat? Those were interesting. I don't think I've ever seen those before. Probably because I'm from Southern California, and a cold day in Southern California is high 60s. Gary T, will you be going back to the Army Navy to eat? Yes. The problem is we have to find one now. Of course, you saw the video, we were at SM North for that one, but there's got to be one closer, I would think. Maybe not. We had one at SM Fairview, and we also had one at Fairview Terraces. So, but again, it's, there's not a lot of expats here, or foreigners, and there's not a lot of Filipinos who want to spend 500 pesos on a, or no, 250 pesos on a burrito. So it's actually kind of expensive, I guess, for this area. Maybe Ramel could comment on that. I find it odd that we had one. Well, I don't find it odd. I think it's just because it's kind of expensive food. When you can go to a carinderia and eat for 50 pesos with rice and unlimited water, it's hard to, justify going to spend, what's going to be well over 500 pesos for you and your girlfriend to eat at a place like Army Navy. It's just, yeah. Yeah, we went up Susano Road to Novaliches. Yeah. And then C5. You catch C5 right off of Susano. It's actually, it's called Camarin Road down here where I'm at. But then it's better known to all the locals as Susano. Mm, Ramel, I've never been to SM City Novaliches. We've never actually been there. Even though it's, not very far from our house here. Uh, wow. How big is the burrito? Is it a super everything in it? I wouldn't say it's. I'm from Southern California, so I wouldn't say it's a supersized burrito. But I tell you what, it was impressive. Though we mostly order online. Carl's Jr. You can order Carl's Jr. online. Wow. Yeah, you can see that Novaliches is a smaller SM. Hi, Maddie. You here to go sleep under the bed? Huh? Where's Mama? Where's your Mama? Where's your Mama? Hmm? Jet, I'm from Orange County, California. $2,000 miles in 5 days. So 400 a day. We have a Carl's Jr. at the Inlex Drive and Dine over at Valenzuela. Oh, I know that. I've eaten at that. I've eaten at that one. I think we had Kenny Rogers there though when we stopped. 2 beers. That's a Shih Tzu. Maddie is a Shih Tzu. James Lonergan says Army Navy website shows closest to you. Oh, you found an Army Navy in Marilao at the Marilao Drive and Dine. That's not too far away. We could probably get over there and yeah, there's only one way to get over there, and that's would probably take us about 25 minutes, maybe a half hour. You can order McDonald's online. That's true. McDonald's online is very, very good. Um, I've said it many times. It's one of the things that works here really well. Steak fajitas. Okay, Ronald. I didn't know there was a Carl's Jr. there though. I've been over there a couple of times with Tito Road. We've eaten there for one reason or another. We were out running around. I missed something here. Okay. Robert Dyer, the GMA thing was pretty much a bust. I was on the GMA show, but it was only for about 3 seconds. So we didn't make the cut, apparently, for the show. Grab food works well too, at least if you're in Metro Manila. Yeah. I'm hesitant to order anything that's too far away because I know what traffic is like and the drive. I mean, even our MacDo delivery, the food when it gets here is pretty good, but the fries are they're still, let's just say it's not like it when you get it right there on the train, you walk right to your table and eat it. It's hard to beat that. Jet, when you move to the Philippines, you just kind of use TurboTax, you know. Ronald Bowden says the franchise fast food in the Philippines just doesn't taste quite the same as the U.S. Mark Doyle, thank you for coming by. Ron Mill, I may have confused Carl's Jr. with another restaurant. Maybe Burger King, or I know that Carl's Jr. exists here, right? Grab food is good. Grab food is good for nearby restos with a max distance of 5 kilometers. Okay. So, where does that put me with SM Fairview? I don't think SM Fairview is 5 kilometers away because most of the good restaurants are going to be, you know, SM Fairview and terraces. Have you ordered the McShare box special? I haven't. We normally get like, if we order McDo here, we'll normally get like, I don't know, 10 cheeseburgers. And then, you know, because those cheeseburgers hold pretty good in the reef. You can put them in the reef and just reheat them in the microwave the next morning or whatever. That's normally what we do. I know that probably sounds gross, huh? But it's actually pretty good. You would never do that in the U.S., but here in the Philippines, it's a little different. Burger King is owned by Jollibee. Yeah. We've had, there's no In-N-Out Burger here, no. Ronald likes Greenwich pizza. We've had some good Greenwich pizzas. Yeah, Jet, my wife, Melanie, every now and then we'll see an In-N-Out post or something on Facebook, and it's just like, oh man, it just makes your mouth water. In-N-Out was, you know, probably one of the best burgers. You know, interesting story about In-N-Out that I just saw. Where did I see this at? It was probably on YouTube. The reason why In-N-Out Burger is only in like the Southwest US is because they don't freeze anything. Nothing's frozen. Everything gets delivered to all of the restaurants fresh. So they can't do that. If you became a nationwide chain, it would be impossible to deliver fresh meat. It would be impossible for them to deliver fresh meat to. So that's why the In-N-Out's really only California, Nevada, Arizona, because they can get a big rig can get to any 3 of those states in what, 6-8 hours. Very easy to deliver fresh meat. Favorite salsa flavor? Anything that's spicy. It's got to be spicy. I know when we were at Army Navy, I was reading the sign for the tacos, and it said, you know, beef, onions, and sweet salsa. And I told the girl, "Oh, is the salsa really sweet?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's sweet." I go, "Okay, well, don't put that on there. That's not what I want." She just laughed. She goes, "Oh, well, we have a spicy salsa over there in the jar." I go, "Oh, that's what I'll use. I don't want no sweet salsa on my tacos. It's not right." Uh, you should start a new chain called Carabao Burgers. Ugh. Yeah, the local beef here. The local beef here, you guys, is we just had Melanie had made a trip over to Melanie's cousin was going to SNR. So Melanie tagged along. This was I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, and Melanie bought a package of ribeye steaks, and they were horrible. Oh, I mean, the meat was tougher than uh, beef jerky. It was just absolutely horrible. Here in the USA now, Burger King has a all vegetable Whopper. Oh yeah, I heard about that. When I was in Mandaluyong back in December, I used Grab Food just about every day for all sorts of foods on their menu. Ah, very nice. Yeah, I think Mandaluyong would be. I'm not so sure about where I live. I'll tell you what, I don't see a lot of Grab Food delivery here. I see a ton of Jollibee and a ton of MacDo. I don't see a lot of Grab Food delivery in our area, in my subdivision. I mean, what's up with all this sweet in the foods? Yeah, James, what beef does Kanoy use in his burger restaurant? He doesn't use beef; he uses pork, from what I understand. Obviously the that package of steaks that Melanie got was local beef, and it looked great. It looked like something that would be good on the grill or whatever. But man, it was tough. When we ended up throwing it out, it was so bad. I can take down 3 In-N-Out cheeseburgers in one seating. The thing about In-N-Out was their fries. Their French fries are so good. Whew. Man, you can see them putting these giant russet potatoes right through that thing, and those fresh potato fries coming out of there. I have read where the U.S. Cattlemen's Association is working on a deal to introduce a black Angus program in the Philippines and training and raising them. Oh wow, black Angus beef in the Philippines?
Hmm. No, I don't like no.
No, that's the good stuff. Black Angus is really. You've had that before in the USA. A lot of those steaks that we got were black Angus steaks in the USA. Yeah, Makoto, I think you're right too. A lot of the burger chains here are half beef and half pork. I'd say that's probably right. New food delivery in Bacolod called Food Panda. Yeah, they've got that here too. Food Panda
Grab food.
and Grab Food. Yeah, you know, when I left, the beef here has a funny taste and it's chewy. Yeah, you have to find the right. I know that SNR does sell quality beef because we bought it before, and it was called. Yeah, it had a label on it that said Montana beef or something. So I don't know if it actually was imported from America. It's hard to imagine, but Five Guys is good but expensive. Yeah, Five Guys is expensive. Oh, what I was saying was, hello again, Maddie. Oh,
Tinderbugs.
they were just popping up, Five Guys in Southern California when I moved out of there. Dennis Adam, okay. What you have to do with those steaks is spice them up, then get out your claw hammer and beat the poop out of them. I think they mix it with Australian kangaroo meat. Pork would be fatty. It's more of a different type of red meat. Just tastes different. Dennis Adam, hello. Did you sneak in here and I didn't see you? Black Angus USDA is the top 10% of the best beef in the world. They say Colby beef from Japan is best, but you have to float a loan. Yeah. Australian or prime choice US beef. Ah. For those of you that missed him, we had Paul Old Dog New Tricks in here for the first 30 minutes of the show. He was pretty funny. Had some good things to say. Some good information for people that are thinking of coming this way.
I have back pain. Thunders.
From the Balaba.
Thunders. Going thunders. Thunders. I'm going to PPI. What's something? With this burger, you want this burger?
Oh, you're going to SM Fairview?
You're gonna have lagalag with Genevieve.
Oh.
With this,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Number price.
Huh?
Number price lang. This burger.
Yeah, I think that double burger will be good.
Double.
Leave me a couple of hundred pesos if you have any money. I think all I've got's thousands. Couple of,
I don't have hundreds also.
you don't have any?
I have
Okay.
50 lang. Ay, I'm gonna ask Genevieve. Walang pera.
Was that you that whistled?
Yeah.
Oh. Sounded like it came from outside the room. Jet says hello to your wife. Hello, Jet.
Hello,
John
bro.
Rosario says keep safe from that virus, bro. Okay, John.
It's a fake news.
Paul's subs numbers exploded after appearing with and on Geo. Oh, okay. Yeah, Geo's he's over 10,000, I think, right? SNR stake is $20 per US pound. Ah. For my money. Okay, what is the deal here? For my money, grain feed Midwest feedlot. Ah. Sean Dayton, what are the plans for the upcoming anniversary? Boy, you got a good memory.
Wow, happy anniversary. What's that?
Sean, you got a really good memory to know that that's coming up. It's February 20th, and we don't know what we're going to do yet. We talked about going to one of those really cool buffets. And then we talked about maybe going away for one night. We don't know yet.
We're going to disappear.
Hmm?
We're going to disappear.
Melanie says we're going to disappear. The hard and chewy beef in the Phils use carabao, which they marinate it in seasoning to make it soft for Filipino recipes.
Marinate for 1 week, for 1 month.
I tell you what, that better be one hell of a marinade because
Super chewy lang.
we, I was telling them about the steaks you got from SNR that were just
Yeah, it's bad.
unbelievably bad. Was about to ask about the virus. Yeah, I don't know. As far as I know, we've had
Filipina virus.
1 or 2 people that passed away here in the Philippines from the virus. They were both Chinese nationals.
Yes.
So I'm not sure what the, I'm not sure what the I'm not sure if it's really something that I need to worry about here. Maybe it is. Maybe I don't go out with a mask on my face, so it doesn't seem to be something that we need to super worry about here in North Caloocan City.
Good thing is you didn't go out.
What's that?
You didn't go out to Manila.
Well,
You're lazy to go out.
we've been out quite a bit lately, actually. We were at SM North last week, and
Yeah. But we're not wearing masks.
we're at Almar last week, and I don't know. When we watch, do you get bonus points if we watch the commercials? Jim Schultz, yeah, if you can watch the commercial, watch it because I make money off that. Gio and Paul both will explode now since they have the girls on their channel. That's smart of them. Ah, Sean Dayton, your anniversary's 5 days after mine. Okay.
That's right.
Vikings buffet. Vikings buffet. There's even one here at SM Fairview.
Shinoya.
The other one that we went to, the one that we went to last year was
Samboko John.
more of an Asian type buffet, but I would like to try Vikings too. I think Vikings looks awesome.
It's Japanese and Korean foods. Samboko John.
Oh, yeah, the one that we...
Sushi. Kimchi.
Oh my God, what happened? Sorry, you guys, this thing... I know you've heard me say it a million times, but Gary T says, hello, Mrs. Morgan. Melanie looks younger than all of her school friends. Kanoy in the Philippines, Randy says, hi, Tita.
Hello, Tito. Tita and Tito. Hi, Tito. Tito in Canada. Cat knows. I don't so want to break free. I'm falling in love. Falling in love for the first time. This time I know it's free. I fall in love. Goodness, I don't so falling in love. It's strange, but it's true. And I can't be. And I had to be sure when you walk out the door.
Our life in the Philippines says the coronavirus is about the money.
There's a lot of now, mass online that you can buy. Business.
Well, they say that most of those masks they're selling, though, aren't going to do any good at all. Don't save you at all from the virus if you were... Get back to work, Randy. Pure pineapple juice works for marinade or 1/2 soy sauce and 1/2 Coca-Cola. Excuse me. Clayton Wakabayashi. Wow. Wakabayashi. Says that green papaya is a good tenderizer. Okay.
Green papaya? A juice?
Free for the birthday person with a purchase. What the hell happened? Where am I at now? Yeah. Kanoy says, I'm older than Melanie, but she's still my tita.
Ay, nako, Tito. Tito. Wala ng lipstick. No more lipstick.
I've heard the virus can live to 5 days on a hard surface like food trays on airliners.
Too many fake news about virus. Just to scare people. Diba?
Yeah.
Agree? Are you agree?
What's that?
Too many fake news now about it.
Were you singing while I was gone?
Yeah.
Oh,
Why?
somebody says your intermission music was provided by Melanie. Randy just had a Wendy's bacon burger.
Wow.
Oh, I think I'm going to have one of those today too.
Bacon burger. That's the order.
Live videoke. What were you singing?
I want to break free.
Oh, you were singing I Want to Break Free?
But life still goes on. I can't get used to living without you by my side. I don't want to live alone. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm running your like that.
Randy, that's tomorrow. The 12th of February is tomorrow. Right?
Why, what's on
His anniversary. James has an N99 mask ready for
virus?
his flight here.
You can't buy it here now because it's out of stock. No delivery. For N95.
Oh, man. You always laugh when I say that.
What?
Oh. Jim Schultz, I love a woman that can sing.
Oh, I know it. I met the woman that can sing in Manila. Diba? I'm gonna show my yan. Not me to join for a while.
Sean Dayton, thank you. Oh, she must be ready to go out. She is doing the same thing my wife does before she goes out. Right, she has to go to the bank and where
I need
else?
to rob a bank so I can buy Wendy's.
She needs to rob a bank so she can buy Wendy's.
Oh, diba?
I guess Wendy's can be, you know, kind of expensive.
I am one of the owner of Wendy's now. If I rob a bank. The virus is transform your hands to your mouth. Oh,
Why do most of the foreigners that come to the Philippines develop a cough, including me?
I've been treated.
Yeah. You know what, Ronald? I've had it for about a month now. Huh.
Yeah,
You just,
he had virus.
yeah, I've got the virus, I guess. But no, you're right. It's just, it takes a long time to get over an illness. We've talked about this before. For some reason, I don't know what it is. If it's the weather, you know, it actually is getting kind of cold here in the evenings. Right around 4 o'clock. Oh man, you get to the point where I want to put a regular shirt on, which is weird. Melanie, ang pinaka maganda.
Eddie wow. The answer is Eddie wow.
Yeah, we didn't get much exposure there on ang pinaka.
Yung pinakapangit.
Drink a lot of Corona beer to kill the virus. You don't need a mask.
Shit. Beer talaga? Drink some beer and gin. Virgin.
Beer gin?
Yeah.
Beer gin?
Beer and gin. So it's virgin.
Oh, gin is really gross, though. Yeah, Walter said it got down to a chilling 68F. Well, you can imagine how cold that is here when it's, you know, pushing 90 during the day. A 30-degree swing in temperatures, you know. It's almost like the high desert, you know.
Yoy!
Melanie's coughing. Break out the Vicks. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Somebody moved it. Something's always getting moved here. Boy, Maddie can't spend.
100 lang.
Oh, okay.
That's Jollibee.
Yeah, it's better than nothing. It's better than being broke. Wednesday. Okay. Darren's Travels. I was just going to say it's like the high desert. Yeah. About your cough. Makoto says about your cough, something like rock wool in your ceilings or walls. Yeah, I don't know, Makoto. If it is, I'm just going to have to live with it because we're not going to tear the house down and rebuild it. Don't have the money for that. Clayton Wakabayashi, take zinc and drink sour sap tea. Just call me Clay. Okay. Boy, that's certainly a relief. Mitch Bromwell, how are you, sir? Thank you for the super chat. Excuse me. Here's crickets. I keep thinking I'm missing something, but this thing. Darren's Travels, I eat a lot of garlic. And I eat a lot of, oh, Maddie. I eat a lot of garlic and a lot of chilies, red chilies. But yeah, garlic is a natural antibiotic. That's true. It's 100% true, what you said there. 2 spoonfuls of hot sauce. If hot sauce is a cure, I should never, ever be sick because I eat a lot of hot sauce. I go through 2 bottles a week of hot sauce. Plus, we've got a big bottle of, oh, my back. We've got a big bottle of sriracha now from S&R. So me and Johnny B are drowning our rice in sriracha now. Darren and most people around you. Oh, Makoto. Yeah, Maddie. Maddie's been a little, we don't know if she's sick or what her little deal is, but she's kind of been a little bit of a bum lately. Last couple of days. She's just kind of been laying around. Go straight to the tequila. She seems to be feeling a little bit better today. She's up walking around a lot more. She spent most of the day yesterday and the day before sleeping. So maybe today. Mitch says he was volunteered to meet the Chinese nationals visiting NASA's Visitors Information Center because of your immunity to sickness. Darren's asking, did your knee fully heal up now? Darren, I don't think it ever will. Are you talking about the crash knee or the surgical knee? The surgical knee, I don't think is ever going to fully heal up. I think that knee is always going to be about 80%, 85%, somewhere in there for the rest of my life. The crashed knee is okay. Wear a spacesuit when you meet them. Mitch, probably not, I'm just going to throw this out there. Probably not the best job to have. Yeah, Darren, although it looked pretty bad at that time and it was swollen up, but yeah, it did heal. It did heal a lot. It's fine. Yeah. The thing they say about motorcyclists, it's when you're going to go down, not if you're going to go down. So it's just something that you got to deal with, right? When you're a bike rider. The problem I'm having now is my right arm. I did something on that Taal ride, and man, it's just taken a long time to heal. I actually can't lift a Tabo up over my head. Oh, that even hurts, I must have banged it on something, like a jeepney or something when we were in traffic. I just don't remember, But wow. It sucks to get old. We were invited on a ride yesterday to go over to Quezon Province, and I just told Melanie I can't do it. I can't do 300 miles, in 24 hours. Sorry, 300 kilometers in 24 hours. That's one of the things, and Melanie wanted to go. So it created a little tension, I think. That's one of the things, you guys, about, marrying a younger girl. She wants to go on the ride, and I know that I can't do it. So, that creates a problem. Thanks, Mitch, for coming by. Sorry about that. Melanie and Johnny B just left. She has to go and, going to the bank here is, you got to go inside and sit in line. And just the way it is here, a trip to the bank could take you 2.5, 3 hours. So I think the exposure, where am I at? I think the exposure, Sean says, I think the exposure to mold and mildew is causing the sickness Westerners experience. Well, we've got plenty of that on the wall back here. Darren's travels, 200 pesos was the total cost. And then I tipped the guy 50 pesos, which sounds cheap to a lot of people, but that's a lot of money here. A 50 peso tip, if somebody gets that, they're like, yeah, baby. Because people here don't tip. So Ronald says that getting old is not for sissies. Boy, that's true. There was an ad on YouTube when I wasn't on premium called Power Knee. Power Knee. I don't think it's that, 2 beers. It was a pain that originated here in my elbow, almost like I had hit something, you know. And I probably did because, I mean, the way we dart in and out of traffic and lane split, and it's really taken a long time to heal. Well, it's been what? Well, it hasn't been that long. That trip was, what, 10 days ago? No. We were there, what day did we go there? Okay, it's been 2 weeks since the trip. Sorry. Yeah, I think I got really lucky. Now, the pressure washer that I had the bike, I took the bike there to the car wash. Now, every car wash has that. You guys know. It's not a super high pressure, knock you backwards type of riot control pressure wash. It's not like that. But I think I got really lucky because I just came off the day before. I just came off a 400-kilometer ride. And all of a sudden, this rusted bearing exposes itself on the front wheel. Imagine had that happened, back in Tagaytay City late in the evening, we would have been screwed. Where are you going to go get a bearing fixed at 10 p.m. on the road in the province? I don't know what we would have done. I just got very lucky. Something, and I know for a fact that wheel bearing, that rusted bearing grease was not on that wheel when I was at the car wash, which is only a kilometer from my house. So I rode home from the car wash. I didn't do anything to the bike that day, but the next morning I took the cover off and started using that VS1 polish that I have on the plastic. And I looked down at the wheel and I went, what the hell is this? And I snap a picture of it and I send the picture to Walter. I go, hey man, what does this look like to you? It looks like a wheel bearing, right? Doesn't this look like bearing grease to you? He's like, yeah, it sure does. He goes, it looks like rusted bearing grease. And I'm just going, oh shit. So the next day was the day that we were supposed to go to SM North and meet Walter and his wife for lunch. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm telling Melanie, well, we're just going to have to take a UV Express to SM North. We can't ride the motorcycle if I've got a bearing going out, And she said, well, wait a minute, let me send G a text, our president of the bike club. Did I tell this story? I probably did. Sorry. And he's like, come on over, no problem. So I immediately jump on the bike. It was right after the live chat last week. I immediately jump on the bike, go over there, and boom. I mean, it took the guy 10 minutes to pound that bearing out of there, those rusted bearings, and put brand new ones in for me. So yeah, I really got lucky. I mean, to come off of a long ride like that, and then you guys know, those bearings were rusted on that ride, that whole ride. Those bearings didn't rust overnight. So we just got really, really lucky is all that happened. We got really, really lucky. Now, I know several people have said that it'll smoke very heavily before it actually starts wobbling, before the wheel starts wobbling. You'll get a really bright white smoke, right? So that's your warning. See, what I'm thinking is, man, if that got bad enough, that could bend your brake caliper and everything. And the brakes on the Raider are expensive. They're really oversized, nice brake caliper. God was looking over you, bro. That grease could have flown up on the tire too, and that could have been a bad deal. Yeah. There's still some grease left on the wheel. I haven't gotten it all off yet. Terrence Walters, thank you, sir, for the super chat. Thank you, sir. $10. Thank you, Terrence. Yeah. Yeah, Makoto. And you know, I haven't had that bike. Everybody says, oh, it's the pressure washing, it's the pressure washing, it's the pressure washing. The last pressure wash that bike had was probably, because I always just wash it at home here with the hose. So the last time that I pressure washed it, again, I only pressure washed it this time because of the volcanic ash that was on the bike. It was, the last time would have probably been, shit, I couldn't even tell you, you guys. Couldn't even tell you. Yeah. It's been so long. I want to say probably the Ron Blond trip, which was back in April or March. Yeah, you know, pressure washing isn't something that I always do. Although it's a good idea, or maybe it's a bad idea. Those guys do such a great job on your bike for 50 pesos. You get a, you just look, the bike looks brand new when they're done with it. They do such a great job. Yeah, Makoto, the rust looked like it started a while ago. Yeah, that looked like it had been. We just got really lucky, you know, when I think about it. I would love to have taken a look at the bearing before we went on the trip to Taal and back, because that was almost 400 kilometers in, you know, just under 40, about 40 hours, we did 400 kilometers. So I would like to have seen what the bearing looked like then and then what it looks like. Yeah, you know what, Makoto, I'm going to be paying a lot more attention to it as well, because especially taking into consideration the fact that my bike only has 6,000 kilometers on it. It's not even 6,000 yet. It's like 5,780 or something. Tequila Reef in Angeles has some good tacos. Yeah, you know what, Terrence? There are, I got to agree with it. Tequila Reef historically has been a very good restaurant. There's a lot of complaints coming out about that place now. The owner died or something, and it's just, everybody in Angeles is complaining about that place now. And it just bums me out because I knew the owner's son. The owner's son's name was Chris. He also had a Tequila Reef in Pattaya Beach. And quite a success story, him and his dad, with these restaurants. Maybe the volcano grit got through the seal. Yeah, 2 beers. Yeah. Darren's, I haven't. I'm gonna monitor the back one just to make sure. I'm confident that I could take the front wheel off on my own, but I'm not real confident about taking off the rear wheel, you know? I'm not sure I've even got the right size. I probably do. I mean, it's a metric bike, so I've probably got the right size. Oh, Terrence, you were just there the last 2 weeks. Okay, well, that goes to show you a lot of people are saying that it's gone way downhill from what it used to be. Okay, I had my first meal there in 2013. Was it 2012 or 2013? I can't remember, but it's always been way up there with me. Also, Iguanas. Iguanas is a good restaurant. James, do you know what the maintenance service interval is for the lubrication? I don't. It's something I got to look up. I've even got to look at the air filter. Is a water-cooled bike have an air filter too? Do they have both? Because the Raiders are water-cooled. Is there also an air filter on that I should be looking at? I got to get the manual out and look at it. It's chain-driven. It's chain-driven, Darren. Yeah, I'm going to probably try and pull that sucker today. Since Melanie's gone and I've got the afternoon to myself again. Yeah, look at YouTube. That's what they say. Vlog the filter check. Okay, that's a good idea. Why not? I just hope I don't have to take any of the plastics off to get to the air filter. Because I've got some plastic damage, some cracking. And I'm afraid if I take it off, it's going to be, you know, I've seen a couple of Raiders without the plastics on them, and oh man, that's one ugly bike. Yeah, I can go get a filter. I can go over to the motor trade here and probably have the filter changed out. I'm so glad I found those guys, man. That's a nice, clean shop with a mechanic. It looks like he knows what the hell he's doing. He's super friendly, speaks good English. I got lucky there. Probably I'll go back, and he left, you know, because he was under contract or something. It's always nice to have a shop that you trust, right, for your bike when you love your bike. Makoto, yeah, I changed the oil. Well, I just vlogged that. Not long ago. I changed the oil. I'm guessing about 1,500 kilometers between oil changes. 1,500 to 2,000 maybe is about the right one. Again, I've got to check I've got to check the book again. The first 5,000 kilometers, they want you to change it every 1,000, but I don't think that's the standard. I think it's Anyway. That's something I need to do. I've got my book right here. Yeah, baby. Yeah, my plastic 2 beers is cracked completely in half, probably from a speed bump. Thanks, Randy, for coming by. Wherever Joseph goes with his bike, I probably couldn't afford to take mine. Joseph lives in a very different world than I do. I'm more Filipino, you know. Yeah, Graham, maybe, I don't know. It's just one of the bottom pieces is cracked, but of course it goes all the way up to the gas tank. It's a piece that's, you know, kind of like a lightning bolt on the bike, the way the bike is designed, and the bottom of it's cracked. I saw the actual filter, and it's an actual genuine Suzuki filter. They use genuine Suzuki oil and the filter there at Motor Trade. So it's not something that's cheap or, you know. Yeah. Thanks again, Randy, for coming by. Love it 97. Hello. I'm just about to shut down, buddy. These guys got me worried about my bike now. I want to go check it out. All right, guys, that's going to conclude the chat. For those of you that were here from the beginning, we had Paul on. Don't forget to go check out Paul and check out Darren's travels, okay? And check out Canoe in the Philippines. Anybody else who's in here and has a channel, please check them out. We'll see you guys next week. Okay, thanks for joining the chat. We're here every Tuesday at 9 a.m. And that's not going to change next week. Thanks so much. James, thanks for coming by and giving me a hand. We didn't have any problems today. We didn't have any trolls. Thank you, guys. Bye now.